Hello, welcome back to another edition of Tea and Toys. Now this time, we're looking at the primes and their gold statues. That's right, they're gold statues. Now we've seen gold statues before, haven't we, in the Transformers mythos? And nothing's been done about those gold statues. But we are getting 13 brand new 13 primes toys from Hasbro and Takara. Now, we all know that I am not a lover of this concept. I don't like it. I don't like the whole only a prime can kill a prime rubbish. Absolute trash. Hate that. But they exist. And I'm not here to say, stop it now. Oh, I don't like it. Whine, whine, whine. Scream, scream, scream. That's not what I'm about. So we've got the 13 primes. 2 or 3 are, I think they're odd choices. Even the Megatronus as the Fallen Prime, I think is an odd thing. If these guys are all meant to be the good guys, created by the personification of all that is good, this guy, Primus. And then we've got the Legion Maximo, who, in his original appearance, not a very nice person, very nasty piece of work, in fact. And then we've got Quintus Prime, who, let's face it, has to be linked to the Quintessons. I don't think it has ever been confirmed. It's currently just a name. But the name's kind of a big giveaway for their Cybertronian roots. And again, the reason why I don't love the primes is, for me, it kind of messes up my original G1 cartoon and G1 comic continuity in my head. My wires aren't there. I don't love it. I don't love it. I get the concept. They are sort of the beginning pieces of DNA for all Transformers. So you've got Solus Prime for the female Transformer. You've got the combining one. I can't remember all their names. I get Amalgamus and the one that is actually the combiner guy mixed up. And then you've got the Onyx Prime for the animals, so on and so forth. Vector Prime for time, Alpha Trion for scribes and stories, Micronus Prime for Minicons, the third race of Transformers, which I'm going to do a video about the Minicons and Micromasters and other small Transformers, like who's what and where and why we need to realign that. But that's not this video. This is this video. So these gold statues, we've got the 13 primes, all surrounding the Well of All Sparks, because of this guy, after his great battle in some universes with the personification of all that is evil, this guy, Unicron. So Primus, after his battle, banishing Unicron to a non-physical bodied realm, so he goes, he's been beaten, and he forms into Cybertron. Again, I don't love it. I don't love that backstory, but it's there. It's some people love it. They're like, no, Cybertron needs to be a Transformer too. Everything on Cybertron needs to be a Transformer. I don't really get that. So does that mean the buildings have to be? Is that mean going to get the Tom Hanks big Transformer toy release soon? So I'm being a bit facetious there. So it leads me to think we've got 13 gold statue primes here. So we've got the primes, led by, now I'm going to get this wrong. I'm going to say Primon. I think I'm wrong. That's this guy here. So this head is depicted in the G1 cartoon. And that's where I'm going with this. That is where I'm going with this. So we got the personification of all that is good and heroic in the world of Cybertron, creating the Well of All Sparks and the 13 primes. And then we've got Unicron. Does he herald from the pit? If you watch Beast Wars, you know what I'm referring to. Originally referred to it as the Inferno, but because of the character Inferno, they changed it to the pit. So, coming from the pit, all that is evil and vile on the planet Cybertron, Unicron. So, from there, we need some gold statues, which could oppose these gold statues. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? That's right, the Coronation of Starscream scene. Now, originally, these guys are all meant to be Emperors of Destruction and or former leaders of the Decepticons. But the way the Transformers has evolved since this original Generation 1 Transformers, or as it was known back then, just Transformers. Generation 1 didn't exist until Generation 2. It was just transforming. So here we have. Now there is one too many on this side in this image. But we have 10 confirmed named gold statues from this scene. 10. And we also have another character depicted as the first Decepticon tyrant from the Generation 1 cartoon. The original cartoon. And that's these guys. That's right, the statues. Now, the artwork is... I've taken it from some guys from DeviantArt. And I'm surprised he hasn't done them all, though. He didn't do this guy here, and this guy here, and these two, and this guy. So we have, I believe it's Flo and Dery, Rapiron or Rapiron, Devron, Bloodron, Cannibaron, Pinoy or Pinotron. I think he's Gladiaron. This is Ghoulon. And this guy, I do not remember his name. So we've got 10. Could they be former Decepticon leaders? Or are they the spawn of Unicron? Maybe in that last conflict between Primus and Unicron. Unicron gave him one last touch. Just the teeny tip of his little gigantic planet-sized fingers. And then from there we could have the physical embodiment of the pit. We have the Well of Allsparks, we've got the Well of Goodness, and we could have the Pit of Darkness, where all things nasty and bad come out of Cybertron. And this is where I really get bugged with Legion Maximo, the Fallen, and to some extent Quintus Prime, because they're not necessarily all good. They're not the heroic side. But if you take away 3, we're left with 10 primes. Now, admittedly, this image is 11 Emperors of Destruction, but we could pull and choose who was actually a former leader, because they're going down the route where they want Megatron to be the original leader of the Decepticons. I don't love that idea. I prefer that from his original character bio, when he was not a low-ranking general, he was just a general that rises up through the ranks. Now, I'll say this here and now. I hate the disgruntled minor backstory for Megatron. I hate it. It makes him out to be some kind of jilted character that turned bad. No. Not every character has to be like Magneto. Not every character is a spiral of colours. Some characters are literally black and white. For me, Megatron should just be one nasty piece of work that wants to take over the universe. And that's just all he needs to be. It's all there in the original write-up, done by Bud Ianansky. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the angry miner thing. It kind of hacks me. It kind of really pisses me off, if I'm honest. So I don't love it. I know other people do. They're like, oh no, we need a decent backstory. We need to know why he's bad. No, some people are just arseholes. We've met them. Some of you might be them. That's it, insult the audience. But I'm just saying, we've all met people that are just not very nice people. They have no backstory. They had a great upbringing. They're just not a nice person. But by the way, anyway, that's a rant for another video. Well, I don't like the recent backstory for Megatron being, oh, I'm best buddies with Optimus Prime, and now I'm turning bad. Oh, that's stolen from the GoBots. Yes, it was. Don't argue. Watch Etu Cycle from the GoBots TV series to show that they were originally friends and then became enemies, just like the modern day Megatron. But by the by, so using the imagery of the gold statues from the original Transformers the movie. Now, we've got the primes. We've got the primes from Primus. That's these guys. Do we get the Crons from Unicron? Could we have an opposite to the good guys? We've got the good, we've got the bad. There's the balance. Oh, it's lovely. And maybe you could have a part of these guys being released, like had they could already been there, created by Unicron, just dormant until somebody like the Legion Maximo or the Fallen go, oh hey, let's cause some havoc and some ruckus. Now, I do think that these characters do need to be depicted in toys. Like, we're getting the primes some of which we have seen throughout Transformers mythology over the last 40 odd years. And it's good that we're getting them. And I don't have to be a fan of it. I don't have to like it. But I'm happy for those people that do want it, that do want these toys, that do want these characters. They want the 13 primes all on a shelf together. That's fine. I'm happy. I'm happy for that. But I would love it if there was an opposite. The baddies, right? The villainous, nasty, all the vile nastiness that comes from the world. All heralds from Unicron. So I'll dub them the Crons right now. The middle guy here, Trannis. He's got the horns. He's got the beard. What more do we need? Horns and a beard. Who else has horns and a beard? Unicron. So Trannis was meant to be the original Emperor of Destruction, the original baddie leader, the original tyrant from the original Transformers TV show. And he fought a character which is depicted as Primus. No, not Primus. A Primon. With... Oh, Primer. No, his name's Primer. Sorry, Primer Prime. Not Primon. Primon's the old dude that Rodimus Prime flies through and sees in his flashback sequence. So, Primer. This guy fights him. So it's often thought that, he's the first goodbye. Maybe. He's the first good guy and he's the first bad guy. I'm saying we need these guys in plastic as opposites to the primes. So I give you the Crons. Well, a lot of word salad there. But this is the third time I've had to do this because of a microphone mess up. So please bear with me. The first version was perfect. This one, not so. But anyway, what do you guys and girls think? Do you want opposites to your primes? Or do you not care? Am I barking up the wrong tree? Am I slightly insane? Either way, discuss, make comments, love, like, subscribe. And I see you guys and girls in the next video.